What's up, ghouls, horror hounds, and very confused other people that have wandered onto this channel? I'm Haley Adams. Thank you ever so for making it back or showing up in the first place or for not already leaving this video. I greatly appreciate it. Today, no surprise here, we are going to be talking about horror movies, specifically the top 5 as voted by the internet. And when I say that, what I mean is I Google searched top horror movies of like all time and compiled the most common answers a lot of these lists had in common. I was combing those lists, okay? And these movies I'm going to talk about were the ones that popped up on the list the most. I already said that. It's the perks of hanging out with me. You hear things multiple times. Can I just take a second to say I am never hot. I am always freezing. I am legitimately hot for once. It's January and it's in the high 60s. Take care of our planet, people, as I drink out of a plastic bottle. If any company is ever going to sponsor me, Perrier. As F. Okay, heat is off, so now we can get into it. These are not going to be shocking by any means, and if you guess the 5 I'm going to list correctly, let me know before I get into it. Please leave those comments. Haley, don't be desperate. Okay, we're actually going to get started now with number 5, Jaws. Now, obviously, I love Jaws. Who doesn't love Jaws? Directed by the great Steven Spielberg, as we all know. I don't need to recap these movies for anyone. They are classics for a reason. The reason I'm surprised by Jaws being on all these lists, though, is I don't find Jaws scary. That is just a shark being a shark, and they should have left him, her, they alone. That shark is in its own territory. Like, somebody comes into your house and is in like swim trunks and just running around, you're not gonna bite them. You're probably not gonna bite them. But you get what I'm saying. So maybe the real terror is big game hunting slash fishing. Let me know what you guys think. Next up for number 4, and I'm doing these in no particular order because this is not a real list. But number 4, Alien. Now, this makes perfect sense to me. I have never felt such suspense while watching a movie. Now, personally for me, spoiler alert if you haven't seen Alien, what are you doing? Go see Alien. Spoiler alert, most of my anxiety and suspense was coming from whether or not Jones, the cat, was going to be okay. That was my main thing. So say what you want about me as a person for those reasons. That was my main concern watching Alien, but did a fantastic job. Fantastic creature design. And I am a sucker for practical effects. I'm not a CGI person. I think it has its place. I think it has its purpose. But movies these days, they just rely too heavily on it, and I'm not into it. So seeing this creature, this tangible thing you can touch, chef's kiss, love it. Sigourney Weaver, also an icon, and we love to see a badass final girl. So I definitely understand why Alien was ranking very high amongst all these lists. Number 3 common denominator movie, one of my personal favorites, Psycho. You can hear the music. I can't think I can put it in. 1, I don't know how. 2, YouTube is on that copyright nonsense, but I mean, if it wasn't for Psycho, we wouldn't have a lot of the slashers as we know them today. No, Psycho Norman Bates, he is not a slasher in the typical sense, but he really set the precedent for everything to come. This movie was genre defying. Just, I don't have enough good things to say about Psycho. I know the title nowadays probably is a little bit problematic. Could have gone different direction with that. But, fun fact, Psycho is actually based off of a book, same name. I actually just read it. The story is 100% like word to screen, except Alfred Hitchcock yassified Norman Bates so hard. In the book, he is described as being very chubby, blonde and balding, with wire rim, unattractive glasses, in his mid 40s. Now, I love Anthony Perkins. I can't even reading the book with that description, I could not imagine someone else. But just why'd they go and change his description so much when everything else was the same? It's like, okay, we know how Hollywood is. Makes sense. And again, would not change Anthony Perkins' casting at all. He is spot on. He is perfect. But I just thought that was a little interesting. Anyway, if you have not seen Psycho, finish this video, then go watch it. I don't think it's streaming on anything, but let's be honest, that doesn't stop you guys, does it? No, it doesn't. But for all these reasons, I am not surprised Psycho has made all of these lists. It's such an important movie to the horror genre, and truly, 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 we would not have the movies we have today without that. And, fun fact, Sam Loomis, the doctor from Halloween, Dr. Loomis, he got that name because the guy in Psycho, not Norman, Marion's boyfriend, his name was Sam Loomis, and Marion was played by Jamie Lee Curtis's mom. So they put that into Halloween as a little Easter egg. I'm sure you guys knew that. You're sitting there like, Haley, we're just regurgitating these old fun facts at us. I'm sorry. I get excited about horror fun facts even if everybody's heard them a million times. So if you watch these movies with me, yes, I will tell you that again. Number 2, we get into it now. Why am I like this? Number 2, Silence of the Lambs, which is, if people ask and I want to sound smart, and people say, Haley, what's your favorite horror movie? Sometimes I will say Silence of the Lambs. I have so many favorites, it's hard to choose, but if I'm trying to sound classy and sophisticated, that is the one I pick. I mean, Anthony Hopkins' performance in that movie, Jodie Foster's performance, knocking it out of the park. One of the few horror movies I believe to have an Academy Award or two. Don't fact check me on that. I could be very wrong. If it doesn't, it very well should. Another book to movie adaptation, and if you have not read the book, this one is so worth it. So worth it. Again, the movie is very faithful to the book, kind of like with Psycho. But what's different about this book versus Psycho, the Silence of the Lambs book, you get an expansion of the story that you do not get in the movie, that just fleshes out a lot more of the smaller characters that you wouldn't expect and offers a lot more context to the movie. This has just kind of become a book recommendation video, so I'm sorry about that, but there's a reason a lot of the best movies come from books, is because books are amazing. But yeah, what do I have to say about Silence of the Lambs that has not already been said besides, would you me? I hate myself too, guys. I hate myself too. Anyway, on to number 1. Number 1. I'm sure you guys have guessed. It's The Shining. Yeah. Despite the fact that Stephen King hates this movie, he hates it so much. So much. I'm pretty sure he said that he likes, or at least appreciates, most of his movie adaptations. He has such vitriol for The Shining. I think it's hilarious. And after having read the book again, sorry guys, after having read the book, I kind of see where he's coming from. I still think it's an amazing movie, amazing cinematography. We can talk about Stanley Kubrick. I don't really want to, because of what he put Shelley Duvall through to get these reactions out of her. It's gross. It's icky. It wasn't necessary. So I don't really want to give him too much clout for the movie being amazing. But I'm a horror fan. I do love The Shining movie. Jack Nicholson, Shelley Duvall, chef's Chef's kiss all around. It's a classic for a reason. But again, if you haven't read the book, this one, out of the three I've now mentioned, is the one I think you need to go read the most because it is the most different. Dare I say, no, I'm saying it, it's better. It's better than the movie, mainly because of Jack and how he is characterized in the book versus the movie. I'm sorry for just talking about books. Maybe I should do a separate video on like horror books and recommendations, but you guys get the gist. I'm gonna stop talking about books now. We're here for movies, but yeah, of course, The Shining was gonna be on this list if anybody thought any differently. You're thinking outside the box. Proud of you for that. But yeah, I mean, it's The Shining. So yeah, that's the internet's take on top 5 horror movies of all time. Now, if you were to ask me right off the bat, I cannot tell you what my top 5 is, but I can tell you what, The Lost Boys is in there. It's a damn shame I did not see that on a single list. Y'all are wrong for that. It's the best movie ever made. I'm wearing Lost Boys shorts. Ooh, you can't see. Look at that. They're for men, and they definitely don't match my shirt. But who cares? I'm going to stop ranting now. Please tell me what your top 5 would be down in the comments below. Tell me if you saw any of these coming. Tell me if I touch my hair too much. I know I touch my hair too much. You don't have to tell me that. But thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said up top, I am Haley Adams. Please feel free to hit that like and subscribe button down there. Follow me on TikTok and Instagram at the same name. Remember, that is Adams with 2 D's because the extra D makes the difference. Alright, I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.